head high. Don't you let them see you cry. That's what my mama told me.
I'm here with somebody who I admire a lot. You happen to be the first Sports Inspirational Women in Sports Award recipient, Claire Marsh. Claire Marsh.
Yes.
You are incredibly inspirational, first of all, because you've achieved so much, not just in the world of CrossFit and running a gym, but in all sorts of kind of creative avenues. But I wanted to find out a little bit more about where you're at now.
Mm-hmm.
So you are running the Box Portsmouth,
Yeah.
and you're kindly sponsoring the Inspirational Young Woman in Sports Award.
Mm-hmm.
And like last year, you've got a grant towards that award. So whoever receives that award, whichever young lady in sports receives that, will get £200.
That's correct.
To put towards whatever they need in the context of their profession. So thank you for that.
That's okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Tell me a little bit about the box. How did it happen?
Sure. So I run the Box Portsmouth along with my husband Carl Marsh. We both own and manage the facility. It's a functional fitness, or for those that are aware of what CrossFit is, it's a CrossFit facility and a dance studio, and we have run that for coming up to 9 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Unbelievable, right? Through all sorts, obviously, like many other people through pandemics and all sorts.
Yes, and you survived.
We have.
Well,
We are still here.
I've actually been to your CrossFit sessions.
Yeah.
And I declared myself, I'd walk into the room and I'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to make you look good. Because I was so rubbish.
No, you were not.
And one of my most embarrassing moments happened in the box.
Did it?
Did I ever tell you about it?
No,
Okay, there's me now.
Do you want to
Historical
reveal
disclosure
this?
again. Oh, might as well. I think I've told enough people.
Okay.
So in the box, you know how it's like all open plan and everyone can see right across the room, and it's like a really big space.
Yeah.
So I'm at the side of the room doing my stretch, getting ready to leave because I've just had a session where I got whoop-assed. And I'm watching these 4, side note, gorgeous men gathering around something at the other corner. And I'm like, I wonder what they're looking at. They're all looking at it, and then one of them prods it. And I wonder what it is. Yeah, I told you the story.
I think you might have now come
I
back
wonder
to
what
me.
that is. On further inspection, I happen to have dropped my granny knickers on the floor. And that's what
Do you know what? I think I've actually done that there before. It's the place for it.
I'm prodding it.
To make you feel a bit better. Yeah. I think we're like, have changes of clothes all the time. And I think, you take stuff out your bag, don't you? And I think I've actually done that and come down and think, oh my gosh, my pants on the floor.
Yeah. I wouldn't have minded if it was like the sexy lingerie range, but it wasn't. It was I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, you need nice support in them.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, I digress. So you run CrossFit classes?
Yes.
And there's a dance studio there.
Yes.
Which actually, again, is brilliant for the community, because I know there's a refugee drop-in centre that uses it as well as commercially. I'm sure there's lots going on there. What are you the most proud of about all that?
I just love my job because I get to meet so many different people on a day-to-day basis of all ages, and I think the thing I'm most proud about is that we have fitness sessions available for all ages, age ranges and ability levels.
Oh, brilliant.
And I get to meet such incredible people all the time. It's a hugely rewarding job, and myself and my coaching team get to see so many physical, mental, emotional transformations in people's health, and then we quite often see, more often than not, see that and then transform into their everyday lives, into many other aspects of their life, in terms of developing their confidence, self-esteem, their ability to believe they can push to a certain level. And
it's all journey, I imagine, as opposed to Insta version of it happening all in 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, social media has a habit of making it seem very easy. We have got very committed members who have been able to create a good habit of coming in and doing the work, and hopefully we give them a good reason to come and enjoy that journey. So then, you know, they've got those small steps to progress and then to see that end result. One thing we're not so good at is documenting that whole journey.
Okay.
I think a lot of the time, like you see on social media, you see the end result,
But
but not people don't like to have images of them when they're first starting and things like that. So
interesting.
yes.
So you've been quite influential within the city in different contexts, like I said before. What would you say, from your observation, are the challenges for women in the city at the moment?
Well, I think especially since the pandemic, there's a huge amount of challenges for a lot of people, right? I think confidence is a huge one for people right now in terms of getting themselves back into any kind of fitness arena, having the certain uncertainty of the environment. Obviously, people worried about if they're going to fall ill, this, that, and the other. But it's hugely important that they do, because obviously what we do is help them combat any kinds of illnesses. You know, helping them deal with the stress, anxiety of everything that's going along, and using fitness as a mechanism to be able to deal with that. Obviously, you've got your greater picture sort of thought process in with that, where as a society we don't tend to move as much as we used to anymore. So, you know, with people working at home a hell of a lot more now, people aren't needing to move. You know, the world is advancing, so we can literally press a button and get things delivered to our doorstep. Everything's becoming more and more motorised, so there's less and less of a need for people to physically move. But movement is the essence of life, right? So the less we move, the more our physical and mental health is going to decline. So I mean, in particular, it would be really lovely in Portsmouth, in the wider world as well, for there to be much more of a link up between health and fitness specialists, health and fitness professionals, so that there's a better referral system, there's a better connection. So if people have got, you know, chronic illnesses that they need to recover from, or even with the likes of women in particular, when they've just had babies, for example, there's a real disconnect in the services that are there to support them. So I think specifically for women, it'd be great to have a better linkage really
for that.
So with health professionals linking to fitness providers.
Oh, that's good to know.
That would be great to see evolve.
That's good to hear. And why did you sponsor the award? Was there a specific reason you're like, because I'd love to hear a little bit more about your story as a gymnast, and I think that was one of your motivations.
Yeah, absolutely. So my greatest passion is to really instill a love of physical movement and activity into children. I think it's so important for them to understand and learn to really appreciate exactly what your body can do and how that can truly benefit you. It's so important for us to educate kids to love their bodies, to learn how to nourish their bodies, and just really make them enjoy movement for movement's sake, and connect with their bodies in that way as well. Like you mentioned, I was a gymnast when I was younger. I've had it instilled into myself from a very early age, and I've always loved movement. For me, not to move on a day-to-day basis would be unheard of, because, you know, that's what I've learned to love all through my life. So hence why I've specifically chosen to sponsor the Young Person Award, because you know, if somebody is great at a sport, they should have the support to really push their talent. Or if they're really determined in a sport, it doesn't have to be, you know, the most talented person, but if they're really determined in a sport as well, then they should have the ability to really see where their true potential can go without any kind of limitations, financial or otherwise. So the reason I set up the Clear Marsh Foundation was so that I could, you know, provide a level of support, be it small, to others that might need it, and it could make a difference to them to carry on and see where they can go with their sport.
Oh, well, on behalf of the City of Portsmouth, I thank you for all that you've done, and thank you also for your generous support of the Inspirational Women of Portsmouth Awards, but also specifically of young girls in sports. And you're such a champion for that, so thank you. Just in case people wanted to find out a little bit more about the box, could you maybe signpost us? Where do people find out more?
Yeah, so we've got a website, theboxportsmouth.com.
Right.
We are on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms. If they want to find out more about myself, I've got a website as well, which is clairemarsh.uk.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.